One thing that most YouTubers that are doing Counter-Strike tips and tricks out there are not going to tell you is the fact that every single player is different. You can watch a video on, oh, use this trick, or this video that says do this, right? But at the end of the day, each and every one of us are a unique player, let alone a unique human. We are all going to have different strengths, different weaknesses when it comes to Counter-Strike and life in general. Today, I'm going to walk you through the actual advice that you need in order to perform. Guys, I have multiple seasons of ECL level, the highest division here in North America. I've traveled to compete internationally, won FPL, and had so many great achievements in my 16,000 hours inside of this game. You're going to learn some truth today, some no BS tips, no BS tricks, and honestly, just something that all of us need. So before we get into that, I do have to give you a message about how to get the best looking Counter-Strike 2 skins in the game.
Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skins Monkey. They are one of the greatest and easiest to use CS2 trading sites out there. You can swap out the skins you do not like for brand new ones that are so much more fresh. Even skins that are trade locked can be secured by adding them to your backpack. The greatest thing about the site is that you can buy skins for so much cheaper with a 35% deposit bonus when you use my code, KOJO. Make sure to check out the freebie section where you can get a free skin just by completing tasks. On top of the bonuses, you also get a $5 bonus when clicking the link in the description.
All right, guys. So the thing that you need to understand is that you are going to have different strengths than everybody else in the game, different weaknesses. So stop watching the videos where they tell you this position is insane, this is not, right? And start understanding that, look, while these positions, while these nades, while these tricks are great, you need to find what works for your game specifically. You might be a more aggressive player, a more passive player. You might have, you know, a different way that you want to, you know, exert yourself inside of the game. And as long as you are doing that in a way that makes sense, in a way that doesn't screw over your teammates, you should be trying to impose your will as much as you possibly can, right? So for one player, right, they're going to be so insanely good at playing passive and delaying from sight, right? So here on train, they might be so good at just like literally sitting back here and holding, you know, these angles from a passive position like this, and then when all the util comes in, they take contact. Maybe this smoke is the smoke that they are so good at playing around. Boom, they drop it down here, take shots, do this, right? So maybe that works for that player, but then you're sitting there and you're trying so hard to put this into your game to make this something that you do, and you're just like, dude, I suck at this, right? And now don't get me wrong, guys, don't be the person that comments down below, well, you've got to learn how to play Counter-Strike properly. I understand. You need to be flexible. You need to be able to play the basics, do things that are common sense, right? We do need common sense when we play this game. But what I'm saying is don't put yourself in a box and angles and in positions that you don't like, right? So again, on the macro, if you're a player that's a more aggro across the board, make more aggro plays, right? So the games that you're struggling in might be because you're respecting your opponents too much and you're on the back foot, right? Or your aggressive plays are too one-dimensional because all you're doing is swinging, doing this. So add some layers to it, right? A passive player, I'd be like, man, you know, you're super talented at being passive. Maybe we don't be aggressive as much in the game because you're so talented at the passive aspect of it, right? Versus an aggressive player, I'm going to say, man, like, you know, look for aggressive fights. Look for the fights that you want, right? You want. That is so important. Not what the enemy wants, right? Not what the enemy wants to do, but what you want to do. It sounds so simple, but look at the games you're playing where you're failing. Look at the games. Literally go and download the demo and tell me a game where you went 4-20 that you were playing your game. If you were playing your game going 4-20, respect to you. You know, like, hats off. You're trying your best. You're doing it. What happens in 99% of those games where we just absolutely bomb out is we get scared off of playing our game. We get completely terrified of doing what we know works and what we know makes sense. So with that being said, that's on the macro, right? So, you know, I'm going to say that with like an opera, right? I've been a professional opera for the past years. I'm going to give you my perspective on this. You should be floating around, doing your thing, blah, blah, whatever. That's, you know, a general as an op. You need to be dynamic. You need to be active. Some oppers love combat opping. Some oppers love the super long range fights, right? Neither are necessarily wrong. Neither style is wrong, but do what you are. Don't make yourself a player that you're not. Always strive to improve your weaknesses and get better in that way. But if you want to opt like Device, then opt more towards like Device. Have some dynamic moments, have these things, but, you know, do what you are so talented at, because you're going to be so good as a player if you do that, right? Like, look at a player like Donk. You you know, imagine someone tells Donk, bro, you need to stop swinging. Donk, you need to sit there and you know, hold angles. You're playing stupid, man. You're not playing smart. Well, Donk would not be the player that he is today. He would be very talented. He'd be good. You know, his aim is insane. He's so unbelievable like that. But you're taking the life out of him. You're taking what he is out of him, right? Now, guys, I'm going to give you some examples on the micro, but please, if you made it this far, hit that subscribe button. That's the best thing you can do to help this channel. Turn on the notifications and never miss a video that I upload. So, guys, let's go ahead and talk about the specifics of this. So, one thing I tell players, because everyone just like will watch a YouTube video and do this referencing the beginning of this video, right? So, find the angles in the specific areas that you know you will control and just be so good. We've talked about CT side a lot. Let's go ahead and flip this on T side. Say I'm planning the bomb on train here, and I'm like, what should I do in a 1v1 situation? Now, tell me, if you want to win a 1v1 situation, you should not be putting yourself into areas that you are uncomfortable, right? So maybe I am so good at planning the bomb and then searching over here and pushing this side. These fights I'm so good at. I just like something about this side of the site. I am so talented. Then put yourself in this area where you are going to have a better chance to win those fights. You know, say another player, they are so good at swinging this angle, which I guess we got to swing back here, right? We're so good at that, right? So even on T side, you can implement this in a million different ways. This is the beautiful thing about Counter-Strike. You can play it in so many situations. You know, maybe one player is so good at just like holding his ground here and playing like aimbots, right? Like just lasering anyone that fights him. Me, I might be like, dude, I don't want to be trapped in this corner. I don't want to be here. I've played with so many players over my career, and every player has different moments and in literal positions where you just watch them and you're like, dude, he's won. He's won. This is his spot. So find your spots, find your positions that are just so powerful to you, and you will have the ability to actually like win the round for your team. Don't make yourself a fool. Don't make yourself like super uncomfortable when you don't need to. Now, again, I need to caveat because I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea. In order to grow as a player, you do need to face uncomfortableness, right? Like you do need to push yourself, and it's just actively analyzing the situation and realizing like, look, are we up 10-1? Is the score 10-1? Bro, make yourself uncomfortable. Put yourself in a new spot to limit test, to do the work, right? I'm not telling you to don't throw the games, but like understand when your time and place is to limit test. Guys, because ultimately with everything I'm saying today, you've got to lose in every way possible. You've got to die in every way possible to actually succeed, actually grow in this game. So I completely understand that there's value in trying out new things and doing these things, right? But with that being said, when the score is 11-11, the most important round of the game, do you want to sit there and make yourself in a put yourself in a situation where your life is harder than it needs to be? No. Look at the best players in the world, the best clutchers, all these things. They put themselves where they are going to win the game for their team, where they are going to put the pressure on the opponent. So that's something that we all need to be doing, both on the micro, on the macro. I'm here to teach you guys. I'm so happy that you took the time to learn today, whether you're just listening while warming up, DMing, or you're actively watching this video. Let me know if you made it to the end. I appreciate every single one of you. Let's keep growing. If you want to support me, join my Discord as well. It'll help you out. There's so many players in my Discord down below that you can connect with, play with, just ask questions to me and have that personal connection, guys. As always, I offer coaching down below, and most importantly, I'm gonna be streaming too. So if you want to ask a pro live questions and see me playing on my road back to FPL, we're trying to get back into FPL, you can go ahead and check out my streams and see that. So I'm not going to take up any more of your time. Good luck in all of your guys' games. I want to see progress from you. I want to see you at the top, and I wish you the best of luck. Peace out. Peace out.